They said she died quietly. Collapsed in the town square, hands folded like she was ready for it. Her name was Alina Petrescu. And though they buried her like a human being, they never believed she was one. She lived alone, in a crooked wooden house at the forest edge. Never married. No family. She worked as a midwife, an herbalist, a healer, or so she claimed. But in a village ruled by fear and fate, that made her dangerous. Alina knew things. She could sense illness before it appeared. She spoke to the dying, and sometimes, they seemed to whisper back. To some, that was a gift. To others, it was the mark of the devil. Which, they muttered. Cursed. Child of the night. Children ran from her. Men crossed themselves when she passed. And Alina said nothing. But silence, in a place like that, only fed the fire. It was late autumn. The wind beat like wolves. Alina came into town barefoot again, a bundle of herbs in her hand, frost clinging to her hair. She didn't speak. Her lips were blue. Then, in the middle of the square, she fell. She didn't cry out. She didn't twitch. Just dropped, as if life had left her all at once. A man checked for breath. Stepped back. No heartbeat. No warmth. But no doctor was called. No one dared touch her again. By nightfall, they were already digging. There was no priest. No candlelight. Just 6 men with fear in their eyes and iron nails in their pockets. They wrapped her in old cloth and sealed the pine box shut. No cross was carved. No name was spoken. She was buried outside the blessed ground, in the shadow of the forest. That night, the dogs began to howl. And didn't stop. The gravedigger said he heard something, soft crying from beneath the soil. A voice. Faint. Desperate. Please, help me. He ran to the mayor, breathless, begging. But the mayor slapped him silent. She's dead, he hissed. Let her rot. Still, the whispering didn't stop. Soon, others heard it. A woman saw bloody handprints inside her window. A child spoke of a pale figure standing at the tree line. Then the priest disappeared, his chapel bound, his crucifix broken. A week later, they went back to the grave. Torches in hand, eyes wide with dread, they dug until their fingers bled. When the coffin was opened, it was empty. No body. Just splintered wood, deep claw marks in the lid, and a ribbon, the one she'd worn in her hair, soaked in blood. A trail of footprints led away from the grave, into the woods. They say she lives there now, among the trees that never sleep. Sometimes a traveler hears her. A soft breath in the dark. A whisper too close. A name, their name, spoken like a question. Why didn't you help me? Some run. Some answer. None return. Coffins now appear on doorsteps with no explanation, lids cracked open. Sometimes, villagers vanish without sound. All that remains is a trail of blood, and a whisper in the wind. No one says her name anymore. But they still bury the dead with iron nails. They still double-check for breath. And they never, ever open their windows after midnight. Because Alina Petrescu was buried alive. And what clawed its way out of that coffin wasn't just her. It was everything they tried to bury. The shame. The cruelty. The fear. And now, it works. So if you hear your name whispered softly after dark, if something knocks once at your door, if you feel cold breath on your neck, don't turn around. Don't speak. Don't look. Because she remembers. And she's still listening.